Oh man, King Moochie,
This is Pablo Gary.
and it's the Bros and Birds podcast. At the end of the day, here it is. We lost 31-15.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like you said, it was all about the coaching, man. Like at the end, now, like I told you, we was losing. All of a sudden, now we want to play hurry up, get back,
Uh-huh.
and now all of a sudden we throw into Smith. He's
Mm-hmm.
getting runs and all that, but I mean, it was too late. It was just too late. The
Yeah.
coaching, like, what's up? No running plays. Like, we ain't run the ball. We kept throwing. What's Nick Sirianni? Like, what's going on with him? Like,
Yeah.
I'm flabbergasted. I'm lost for words. Like, we didn't play the game right at all. We
Yeah.
all said, let's run the ball. Jordan Howard comes in late. He only came in. I think he only got like a thrown ball off of a screen. Uh, this is just, and then you take him out, and then you put Gainwell in to run the rest, and then here come Boston Scott. He comes, make a touchdown. All right, baby, and here it is. You got Tom Brady about to do an interview, and like we 5 sacks, and still we didn't do nothing.
Yeah. So before I even comment on the game itself, um gotta give it up, man, to the GOAT. I want to go ahead and just show my respects to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Eagles, I like to say we didn't get a butt whooping, we got a buck whooping. And that it was sad to see, but it's Tom Brady. No excuses. I want to say this about this year's roster and this year's team. Obviously, nobody had us doing what we did. I'm very proud of this team. Proud of the team. You hate the way we lose, but you can only be proud of what the Eagles was able to accomplish this year. But now that I got that out the way, like I told you, man, it was the coaching. Whenever you play Tom Brady, you kind of have to have a perfect game. The Eagles, we got off to a slow start. You can't do that. You're not getting your playmakers the ball. You can't do that. Jalen Hurts has some turnovers. You can't do that. Holding calls, offensive line holding. You can't do that. Just so many can't do's, man. And the Eagles, everything that we were supposed to do right, we didn't do at all. And Ray 223 says Gannon has got to go, and he is the next guy on the chopping list for me, because again, Jonathan Gannon, he has this unique ability to be a spectator, even though he's a head coach. I've never seen a head coach. I never seen a defensive coordinator literally just sit on the sidelines with his arms folded. He's seeing what is being done to his defense, and he refuses to make an adjustment. And I knew that this game was going to be all about adjustments. I said it in my video. I said the Philadelphia Eagles, we cannot wait until halftime to make our adjustments. I said the first quarter, around 7 minutes, if they're starting to do some things differently, if they're starting to do some things that we're not really catching on to, if anything, you got to blitz. You got to do something, and coming up, that was the way, right? Like if you didn't really know how to stop a guy, even if he was the best quarterback in the league, the one thing that and this is what you said too earlier, bringing up Jim Johnson, Moochie, is the one thing that I love about Jim Johnson and how he engineered his defense is you wasn't just going to sit back there and just throw the football, right? You wasn't going to just sit back there and throw the football. Jonathan Gannon, lackadaisical with his play calling. Two coaches for me that I believe have to be fired. Like two coaches for me. It's your offensive coordinator and it's your defensive coordinator. Shane Steichen, it was a reason why the Los Angeles Chargers let him go. Okay, I don't know what. And it's crazy because Jeff Lurie, before we fired Doug, we need these new mindset. We need these new thinkers, these new head coaches. And I think when we talk about Jeff Lurie getting in the way and trying to be him as an owner being too handsy, that was one of the things, not allowing Doug Peterson to sort of grow his guys internally. And, it's because guys like, what's the Rams head coach? His whatever.
I know you're talking about the young guy.
Oh, no, I got it. Sean McVay. And so when you have a guy like Sean McVay who's young, comes off like he, knows what he's doing, that's what coaches and owners want. And for me, I never saw what Shane Steichen brought to this team. And Moochie, you talked about this earlier. The Philadelphia Eagles led the National Football League in rushing yards with over 2,700 rushing yards. And so you get to the playoff game and you get away from it. And that's everything I said in my video came to pass. I said, I am not worried about the players. I am worried about the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I am worried about the coaches and their ability. I said, Nick Sirianni, stick to the run all season long. Well, when we started to run the football, even if we were getting stopped, they got away from it. And I just think some guys had this game was weird. Like Jason Kelce, oh my God, this is his worst game of the season. I mean, he got tossed around. Like Vita Vea was just taking his candy and his lunch all day long.
Right.
So I don't know how you feel about it, bro. But for me, honestly, I have so many different thoughts. There's so many different plays that's like embedded in my mind. And I'm just like, what the hell are they doing? I think the one play that sticks to me is it's not even a play. It's just your best wide receiver. And in the second quarter, all right, he had 0 targets. How do you not target Devontae Smith until the second quarter? And then, think about that. That's coaching. And then the last thing I'll say before I toss it over to you, the last thing, so Jalen Reagor, that's when the game totally flipped. We lost the momentum when he muffed the punt. Like, I got to get this guy out of here, man. It's something mentally, like how Calvin Ridley needs a fresh start. Jalen Reagor needs a fresh start. He doesn't need to be in Philadelphia. What I learned is this. The tape, what we put on tape today, the Eagles need to look at the tape, and it's going to tell us what we need in the draft. Howie Roseman don't need to try to play hero ball in the draft. Look at today's tape. No middle linebacker. No middle linebacker. We need in the Kobe game. We need guys like that. So, honestly, coaching. The Eagles got a buck whooping today. That's what we just saw.
All right. So again, everything that I wanted to do, everything that I wanted the Eagles to do, the Bucks did. They did what they were supposed to do. Like I said, I didn't like the zone. Far as us being in the zone, I told you Tom Brady's gonna have a field day. That's why he got 5 touchdowns. I'm just lost for words. It's like again, no running play, no running. We didn't use Jordan Howard. You kept using Miles Sanders. I get it, but at the same time, if you use both of them, it would have broke the defense down. Jalen Reagor, he's not. He's done. He should be done. He's on the field acting like he's doing something. Once I got off the phone with you, and then when he caught the ball, then he lose the ball. That's when the whole dynamic,
the whole momentum shifted.
Everything. Yeah, it was just like, okay, yeah, well, let's just give him the game.
And so think about it, not to cut you off, but right there is one of the points I wanted to make. Is just like, yo, think about that. The Philadelphia Eagles season, pretty much our fate was on the hands of Jalen Reagor, of him not being able to, all he had to, and I kind of think that, no, it really was Jalen Reagor's fault, is because he was about to call a fair catch and then he went for it. So that's his hesitation slowed him up. But it's just like, you muffed the ball twice now, because he did it that time and then he did it towards the end of the game. You do that and the whole momentum shifted.
I mean, still, he was still supposed to hold on to that ball. That's his job.
Right.
Like I said, the small mistakes that we do. Reed 223 says, "How do you feel about Hurts and his future?" I mean, oh, is he the future? Yeah, he's still a future. He just wasn't focused. I mean, he was just
That's
wasn't
good.
focused at all. Like that was it. Wait a minute. He was. It's just that he wasn't focused at all.
Yeah, I give you that. I like that. Hurts is still the future, but I think the coaching staff wasn't focused. I think Jalen needs pieces around. He needs good pieces around him, and he also needs good play calling. If he's not with the right offensive coordinator, he's not going to have success in this league.
Richie MC, what's good with you? Long time.
What up? What up, Richie?
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, now like the season is over. Our season
Right.
is over. Go get it. Our season is over, and like you said, we're just going to have to look into the draft and just evaluate on see what we need. Because obviously we need a wide receiver. We need a well-seasoned wide receiver. Jalen Rager, you need to roll. I'm sorry, this your last day. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, I need to roll. Really evaluate. Take your time and see what y'all need because again, just like what Reese said, no blitzing whatsoever.
Yeah,
Um,
none.
TJ Edwards had to leave the game because of his hand. I seen as soon as he hit something, he was
I think
shaking
like
his arm.
or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
never came back.
yeah.
Richie, the score was 31-15. Um, like this is, I mean, I'm gonna still say it's a disgrace. I mean, I get it. People kept saying, and this is why I was telling you I was hesitant. This is why I said, "Are we gonna play hurry up football?" And what did they
Right.
do? They played hurried up football. All of a
Mhm.
sudden, you make touchdowns, and it's like y'all did it at the last minute, and then you did it. Other than Miles Sanders, you did it with Boston Scott. You
But
didn't switch up at all. Like,
But
why
see,
not?
this is my problem. This is my problem for Nick Sirianni to go into this game and Jalen Hurts threw for, I think he threw almost 45 times. You're asking, I mean, and I said that. I said in my video, I said Jalen Hurts should not throw for no more than 27 passing attempts. No more than 27 because you need to lean on the running game. You got to lean on the running game.
Mm-hmm.
Young rookie head coach, first time going against the season, Tom Brady and Bruce Arians. For you, that's just my thing, man. For you to not target the number 10th overall pick in the draft until the second quarter. And you know what makes it worse? What makes it worse is Nick Sirianni is a wide receivers coach. You're a wide receivers coach. You are supposed to know what's going on. Okay, so you bring in Jordan Howard on a 4th and 10 in the second quarter right before the half. Really?
Yeah.
Really? Like it's just there's just so much. I'm just fed up with the dumbness. And it's these coaches that think they know everything, but they really don't know anything. I guarantee you, everybody right now in this chat, they would have been able to go in and coach the Eagles way better than Nick Sirianni or Jonathan Gannon or Shane Steichen. I mean, It was one play where Jalen Hurts rolled out to the left. It was like the first quarter. I don't know if you remember, but he rolled out to the left, and it was like, it was a running play. I'm just like, thank God for the flag. And I'm like, what was that?
Same with that big drop with Dallas Goedert. That was a touchdown, and he dropped
Absolutely.
the
And so when you look at it, it's the details. It's the details. And the thing about it, everybody that cost us, it was a guy that who drafted Howie Roseman, Jalen Rager, Howie Roseman. Right? So it's just like, it's crazy, man. Like it's this is the only reason why I'm okay with losing. I'm okay with going out this way against the greatest quarterback ever in some people's minds. In my mind, in particular, I think Tom Brady, his will to win and will to lead his team, I've never seen it in my life before. Right? I'm okay with losing against Tom Brady. I'm okay with that. So I don't want to beat this team up too bad. But the coaching staff, if the Eagles bring back and retain this same coaching staff, I don't get it. Shane Steichen has to go. Jonathan Gannon has to go. Okay? They just gotta go. They gotta go, man.
I don't know what else to say, man.
It's sad,
no,
bro.
Still go out with a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, y'all. They were still playing, but still go out with a fight. I'm talking about,
and I think they did. But
Jalen Reagor, his accuracy wasn't right. You had
Jalen Hurts.
What I say?
Jalen Reagor.
Oh, Jalen Hurts' accuracy wasn't right because you still could have. It was 2 attempts where oh man, what's 16 name? Where he was open.
Quez Watkins
was open on 2 attempts, and like your accuracy just wasn't right to the point where the ball can come down. Then you got 2 interceptions.
One of those interceptions, and I'm not trying to stick up for Jalen Hurts. One of those interceptions, I understood why he threw the football, but he shouldn't have thrown the football because the guy was wide open. Jalen Hurts, Kelly Green, K. Medez. I know I'm saying his last name. Kelly Green. I'm going to just go with KG. I'm going to call you KG. We're going to get to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has to play better. Yes, he does. There was some errant throws out there. There was some Jalen Hurts, his processing. Not that he doesn't know what's going on around him. He was just a second too late. Richie MC says Eagles on the 5th string right guard Brooks. What happened to him? Driscoll IR, Herbig out today, Tooth IR, and now Opeta. I noticed that too.
Yeah, because Clark was in there, and I was shocked to see him.
Right, and I'm saying if you're going to critique, Tampa, they had a great game plan. That's just what it is. But I'm saying if you're going to critique Jalen Hurts, you gotta consider all factors. He doesn't have his right guard no more. Opeta is trash. He's trash.
Mm-hmm.
He's trash. And it's sad because Moorhead, I like Moorhead as a wide receiver, but Jalen Reagor is making his position coach look horrible. He's making him look horrible, man. And so this game, you saw Jalen Hurts have a bad game. Yes, Jalen Hurts had an okay game, but when you look at the coaching, there are so many things that you can point to with the coaching that you can say, it's not like he had great coaching and he just played horrible. That's not what happened here. Reed 223 says Reagor is literally nowhere to be found in this offense. Get him the F off the field. Why the F is he still catching punts? I feel you. You know what's so crazy, Moochie?
But that's the reason. If you're not doing nothing in the offense, put him on punts. But if you ain't doing nothing on punts, bench him. How about that?
And you said that. You said that in the midseason, and I'll give you credit for that. You did say the Philadelphia Eagles need to bench Jalen Reagor. And it's so crazy because I had a thought, man. I said, man, this offense is better when we don't look for Jalen Reagor. That's sad. You got a first-round pick, and you got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a second-round guy. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, okay, how many catches and how many yards did he have this year for you, Moochie? Do you know?
Right.
No. You listen, you don't have to know because it ain't much. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had 2 catches this year for 36 yards.
Are you serious?
2 catches for 36 yards. Howie Roseman guy. Jalen Reagor can't get his mind. Honestly, Jalen Reagor has all the talent in the world. It's here. It's in between the ears, bro. Something's not right. Kelly Green says whenever Hurts has to win a game under pressure, he folds. He never made improvements. I can't agree with you, Kelly. Because if Jalen Hurts never makes improvements, the Philadelphia Eagles are not in the playoffs. Carson Wentz never made improvements, okay? All you got to do, all the coach got to do is beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, only the worst team in the NFL. You're winning, you're in. He couldn't do that. That is a guy, that's what not making improvements look like. Jalen Hurts, he did. And Kelly, I'm telling you, I agree with you. Jalen Hurts did not play the best game. This is not I'm not sitting here saying Jalen was the savior. I'm telling you, Jalen has to play better. But you cannot, when you consider the coaching staff, when you consider that the Philadelphia Eagles had led the league with 2,700 rushing yards, and they had 35 rushing yards by the end of the second half because their coaching staff deliberately got away from it. You can't put that all on Jalen Hurts.
Right.
How can you put that all on Jalen Hurts? When Jalen, and to be quite honest, if we're going to tell the truth about it, if Dallas Goedert stops dropping the ball, okay, his stats look a little better. Richie MC says Brooks' injury has got to be mental because Coach Sirianni never talked about it all season. Fans were led to believe Brooks was coming back after the bye. Brandon Brooks got to go. I mean, at this point, he just I don't know what we're getting from him. I don't know what we're getting.
Like I said, they got to reevaluate. They got to look into the draft. We got to pick better players. We need a better linebacker. We need a wide receiver. Now this should tell you that we need a seasoned veteran wide receiver. This should tell you
Calvin Ridley, whatever the Eagles need to do to get Calvin Ridley, get him.
Ridley, hopefully, is Devontae Adams. I understand it's a lot of bread, but listen.
No. Devontae Adams not coming, Mooch. That's a franchise tag. Green Bay said they already franchise tagged him. He off the list.
All right, well, I'll take an Allen Robinson. I'll take Calvin Ridley. I'll take
Chris Godwin.
Yes,
Off injury.
Like this is just ridiculous because this should tell you, okay, yeah. Now let's get rid of Jalen Reagor. Let's just get rid of JJ.
Hold on, Moochie. Hold on. Because me and Kelly got to have a conversation. He said he's talking about Jalen Hurts here. He said no, he didn't improve from previous mistakes. He's losing games for the same reasons. Okay, Jalen Hurts threw 45 times today. Okay, we talk about the Eagles knowing their identity. So when the coaching staff choose to go against Tom Brady and deliberately not, like they did everything, they did the complete opposite of what got them there. So how do you blame Jalen Hurts? He didn't have a perfect game, but they didn't call a perfect game. So how do you blame Jalen Hurts? Can't call the play and execute the play. All he can do is try to execute what they call. And when you have a coach that is saying, Jordan Howard, I don't need you the first 2 quarters, but I needed you the entire season. Okay, how are we not? We gotta put some onus on the head coach, on offensive coordinator. Kelly Green says these are the same mistakes from the 49ers game. I get you. Jalen has some misreads, but can we all just stop for a second? Can we just stop for a second and think? This is Jalen Hurts' first playoff game. Jalen Hurts took you to the playoffs. Jalen Hurts did something this year that no quarterback has ever done for Philly. Okay,
no, that's facts. We'll give him that.
He did something that no other quarterback. But you see how people try to flip it, Moochie. Not you, Kelly, but what I'm saying is people that say, "Oh, Jalen, he's 23 years old and he's starting a playoff game." But then when he gets to the playoff game, you want him to be Tom Brady. You want him to be the 40-year-old vet. No, he's 23 years old with a horrible coaching staff. Reed 223 says this coaching staff did not put their players in the best position to win. Why isn't Devontae Smith targeted like Waddle or Trace? Look at the receivers. Look at the catches versus Smith. That's an awesome tape.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But they did it at the last minute. At the last minute.
That's coaching, bro. Richie MC says Rager will go into his third season dead cap before June. Is 7.8 million. After that, 4.2. I'm trading him.
I don't want to pay him that. I'm not
trading
paying
him.
that.
I'm not paying you 7 million.
Oh yeah, Mike Williams too. Yeah, I'll take Mike Williams.
At this point, you got to take anybody.
Yeah, we give him an F. I give him an F minus.
Nick Sirianni so Kelly says, so what? Sometimes he might have to throw 45 times. The plays have to be made, and the plays have the right calls have to be called. Like if Kelly, if you, I don't know what you do for work, right? But if you at work, right, and your boss is telling you to get something done, okay, but they're not giving you the right tools. What they want you to do? They got to put you in the right position. Jalen Hurts is only 23 years old, and you like he had more passing attempts than Tom Brady. Why? And this is my thing. Why ask Jalen Hurts to throw 45 times if that's not your identity? If that's not who you are, why are you doing something different? So you blame Jalen Hurts for obeying what his coaches want him to do? No. If that's the case, why do we lead the league with 2,700? This team literally came into this playoff. They overthought it. That's what they did. They overthinking, and that's what young coaches do. They overthink. They try to overcompensate, and then you take L's. The Philadelphia Eagles got a buck whooping. They didn't get a butt whooping. They got a buck. B-U-C, a buck whooping. Richie MC says, should the Eagles trade Rager to the Patriots for N'Keal Harry? Both wide receivers underperformed badly, both drafted in the first round.
I do it. Henry would do better than Rager. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, guy for guy though. I mean, the Eagles we need Calvin Ridley. I'm not even entertaining and to be quite honest, if I could tell you guys the truth.
Or I'll take Mike Williams. I'll take Mike Williams over Calvin Ridley.
But I'll tell you guys the truth. I'm not even going to blame Jalen Rager's season on Jalen Rager.
Why not?
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I get it. I know he went through things.
No.
Every time he get a paycheck, he knows how to buy ice. He knows how to talk mess on Twitter. You need to go out there and perform.
It's not even that. Okay, that's a great point, but my point is not even that. This is my point. When we first, Moochie, let me ask you a question. I know you know the answer to this. When we first started the season, what position did Nick Sirianni say that Jalen Rager was going to play?
Slot.
Okay. See, sometimes we overthink it. Jalen Rager, that's a head coaching decision. That's on Nick Sirianni. Okay, that's on Nick Sirianni. Nick, you said that he was going to play the slot. Everybody, I know that Jalen Rager is better in the slot. You know, everybody in this chat knows that Jalen Rager is not an outside receiver. Even at TCU, they had him in a slot. He was a gadget guy. He was all over the place. Nick Sirianni never stayed true to his word. He's supposed to keep him in the slot, have Devontae Smith on the outside. I'd rather have Quez Watkins on the outside than Jalen Rager.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So in order for this offense to take the next step, I need them to go get Calvin Ridley. I wouldn't mind keep holding on to Jalen Rager. Okay, of course I'm not going to give him a second contract, but for the next 2 years, I wouldn't mind putting Jalen Rager in the slot. I wouldn't mind having Devontae Smith, Jalen Rager, and Calvin Ridley on the outside. Wouldn't mind it at all. But at the end of the day, everybody has to do better. Everybody had to do better. But it was clear and obvious that the coaching staff did not put their players in the right position. And Kelly Green, if you're sitting here telling me that you have full confidence in this coaching staff and that it was this Jalen Hurts' fault, I respect your opinion, brother. I respectfully disagree.
Listen, at the end of the day, still no fight, no effort, no change up. Soon as I didn't even see Cox he didn't even do what he. I mean, he was in there, but it was like, ah, I just don't know. I
Listen,
don't.
listen. When Nick Sirianni, when Tampa Bay drove down the field and they scored on in 7, Nick Sirianni started to run and then he got away from it. He started to run and then he got away from it. What he was supposed to do was to keep running the ball. It was Vita Vea can't do that from the 20-yard line to the end zone. The guy's it's called conditioning. It's called endurance, right? It's called these guys are being humans. Like you keep pounding the ball with Miles Sanders. I was looking for them to, run the ball with Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, Boston Scott. They didn't do any of that. They did not employ the 3-headed monster. When they got behind, Nick Sirianni got scared when they got behind and said, Jalen Hurts, you do something. And you can't leave your young quarterback out there like that. Richie MC says Jeff Lurie and his son Julian need to stay out of the draft room. It's not Howie, it's the Luries. Wiz of Oz. The Luries are behind the curtain pulling the levers and switches. Listen, this draft.
That's a good point, but I mean, then get help. Do something. Get help.
We're gonna have to do it.
I mean, but it's self-explanatory. To get to. I mean, listen. I don't care how much. How we have saved or in as far as the money wise. Spend the money and get the best player. Period. You want to get to the playoffs again next year, and I understand too. What they're trying to say is, look what we use or look what we have to get to the playoffs. So we didn't have to spend much. We using what we using, but then look what happened at the playoffs. So at the end of the day, are you telling me maybe if the coaching was a lot better, we probably would have did a lot better?
We would have,
or even if you just switched it up. I mean, I was saying, you know what they did? They switched it up in defense a lot. Like they put Sean Bradley in. They put different linebacker. Well, because of TJ Edwards, but what's it, Hassan Ridgeway.
They tried to disguise. I'll give Jonathan Gannon a little credit because it's not like he just did this. You could tell he tried to do some different things to confuse Tom Brady, but it's Tom Brady. But the coaching was still bad. Think about this. Jordan Howard, and I took notes on this. Jordan Howard did not come into the game until the second quarter, 6 minutes and 9 seconds on a 4th and 4. Why would you bring in Jordan Howard on a 4th and 4? Why not put him in there third and 4 so he could try to get three freaking yards? But you bring him in the 4th and 4? It's the coaching.
They haven't even done the same running plays or nothing. This is why I said we could have used somebody as a fullback. I mean, this is the playoffs. Like this is one and done. Now we're done. We're going home. That's it. You could have used anything else. But
one thing I want to credit you with, Moochie, is you highlighted the matchup between Avonte Maddox and Mike Evans. Avonte Maddox was out there. Oh my! Like
how his feet was all over the place.
I mean, all over the place.
Like he was just razzle dazzle, twinkle toes. Like
he was. His mind was elsewhere.
I didn't like that. I said, yo, you gotta get. Then Darius Slay, he didn't really do much. I mean,
Darius Slay got cooked. He got cooked.
He didn't contain Mike Evans at all. And now Mike Evans got his respect back. Like, all right, cool. Antonio Brown not here. I'm gonna do what I used to do before he got here. It's been like what? How long? How many times has he been here? 8 years.
Yeah,
1,000 yards for every season.
Wow.
And you're telling me we got Jalen Reagor and JJ Arcega-Whiteside that been here for almost 2 to 3 years. None of them had 1,000 yards, but we got Devontae Smith been here 1 year and breaks Deshaun Jackson record. Something is wrong.
What's crazy is
that's Howie Roseman problem. That's his problem for even getting on these wide receivers. Because I can't stand when every time it's the draft, he keeps saying the Eagles, we all thought that this was a good pick because of such and such, which it wasn't, because look at what we're facing now. Jalen Reagor, his gameplay is an F. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if he came on here now and tried to fight me. Like, dog, as much as pretty much. I could do better. No,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
lying.
I'm
I'll
telling
bet
you, I
on
could have went
that.
out there and gave the Eagles 50 for 80 for a buck 20. But I would. So Kelly, this is what I want to say to you. Last thing I want to say to Kelly Green is this: Jalen Hurts played bad, but the play calling was even worse. That's all I'm gonna say. Jalen Hurts played bad, but the play calling was even worse. Richie MC says.
All right, my fault. Let me go back.
Richie MC says Jeff Lurie went to Stanford the same time. I'm sorry. Jeff Lurie went to Stanford the same time JJ was there. Jeff Lurie watched Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl and wanted a player like him with Rager.
Yeah, but
I can
no,
believe that.
no. We could have did that with DK Metcalf, and we could have did it with Justin Jefferson. Period. Like, come on. Like, what do we like? Who are we fooling? Y'all ain't. We all seen the same tape. Now, granted, when I seen JJ Arcega Whiteside tape from Stanford, how he was catching the footballs, I was like, all right, maybe we can do something. But he was with two different coaches. He was with Doug Peterson, and he was with he's with Nick Sirianni. That's a wide receiver coach, just like you said. It still hasn't done nothing. Get into that draft room or draft board. Pay the money. Get Mike Williams in here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, Mike Williams might be a better fit, only because when he goes down the field, he's catching that football. Other than
Yeah.
Quez Watkins, yeah, I mean, I get it. Quez Watkins, you go that he might do better next year, but we need to take Rager. I'm sorry, you need to roll. JJ Sega or about to call him Sega Genesis, but I'm saying he needs to roll. Like, come on, man.
I cannot believe the Philadelphia Eagles led the league in rushing, and we came in and we didn't run the football.
Right.
Jordan Howard and Boston Scott was sitting on the sideline. Kelly Green said Jalen had to play QB today to win. Tampa wasn't going to let us beat them just running the football. Yeah.
That's fine. But long if it was 50-50. Long it was
right. But see,
run the ball
50%,
throw the ball 50%. We would have been the score would have been a lot different other than 15 and 31. I guarantee.
This is what I'm trying to say, Kelly.
Jordan Howard.
Let me read your comment again. He said Jalen had to play quarterback today to win. Tampa Bay wasn't going to let us beat them just running the ball. I understand that. But Tampa Bay don't dictate what we do. See, when you have a young rookie head coach who's scared because you're in the playoff game, and just because there was plenty of times where in a regular season where the running game wasn't really getting, going how we thought it should win, and then we finished the game with 250 yards. At the end of the day, you can't be in the playoff game and just try to throw it on your quarterback. You can't do that if that's not what you did to get there. That's my point. The Eagles didn't do that to get there. That wasn't our identity. Our identity, Jalen Hurts would throw the ball 20 to 27 times. Okay, he would scramble around, do his thing. Okay, make some passes. Okay, get some guys open. All right, and then we are going to run the ball down your throat. I got Jordan Howard on the sideline sitting there. I got Boston Scott sitting there. I got these guys on the sideline spectating. You did not employ the guys who got you there. Honestly, it was a sign of disrespect to Jordan Howard and those guys.
That's a great point too, Richie. Yes, I would have used Jack Stroll too as a running back. Well, as a fullback to lead blockings with the running back. I formation. I guarantee if Jack Stroll was a fullback, blocking for Jordan Howard. Oh my God, you hear me? Oh my God.
And see, this is how you know you got a rookie head coach. Richie MC says only positives is Devontae Smith did not quit today, and Hurts got playoff experience. And I think somebody said something about, is Jalen Hurts still your future? Yes, Jalen Hurts is without doubt still the future. To get rid of a 23-year-old who got you to the playoffs is just foolish. It's foolishness, and it doesn't make any sense. Richie MC says, who was number 7? That's what I was saying. Who was number 17 today on the Eagles? Did Alshon Jeffrey return that? You know what?
No, that was the guy from the Cardinals.
No, that's Tay Gowan.
That's not him?
Nah, that Tay Gowan is 36. But what I said in my mind, I said, can you please? I said, hold up, Nakobe Dean? The Eagles got Nakobe Dean? I said, he need to take that jersey off because that's Nakobe Dean's jersey.
And then I thought he did a late hit, but hey, he smacked ball. But I was like, all right, cool. But I mean, you shouldn't. Let's be professional. But
it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary.
Appreciate you. She just, she's doing a little too much while I'm trying to work here. You know what I'm saying? Say hi to everybody. Say what's up. She just got finished eating cookies. So that's why I'm trying to keep her face out the way. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's again, people. There was another guy that I think he's called Philly Run It or Run with Philly. He's another guy who do a podcast. He was saying he be saying some real stuff too. I think it's called Run It Philly. I'm just not sure, but he was saying the same thing too.
Are you talking about Run It Back Philly?
Run It Back, yeah.
Yeah.
He said the same thing. He said, listen, I'm glad that we're here, but I just don't feel that we have enough pull or enough leeway because of all the mistakes that we've been doing. So everything, the way how he explained everything, that's what went down today. So, I mean, it's like, come on, like.
And this is one of the things. This is how I know coaching was off. I'm just going down some of the notes that I took during the game. This is how I know our coaching was off. All right, so I don't know if you remember, but there were some drives where the Eagles went for it on fourth down, right?
Right.
My thing is this: if you know that you're going to go for it on fourth down, on third down, why are you drawing up plays where Dallas Goedert is double covered? Why not bring in a running back to at least get you 2 or 3 yards? Now your 4th and 4 becomes a 4th and 1. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But you know what they was doing? Their safeties was spying on us because every time when they kept throwing the ball to Miles Sanders, a safety would be right there in his face. And that's why I got upset where I'm like, yo, why did you keep throwing the ball to Sanders when you're not throwing it? And if you do throw it, you're airing it out with one wide receiver out there, and then he's in double coverage.
But you know how you stop that? And I'm not even in the NFL. You know how you stop that? Yeah, no, you're right. So he's another guy from Arizona. So he did come from Arizona, Keyshawn Johnson. He actually we could have used him over Jalen Reagor, but what you do, and the fact that you're saying that just shows me that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had no respect for our wide receivers. And honestly, not even our wide receivers.
And then the running backs, we didn't even have no starting running backs. You used the fifth number 21. He was like the fourth running back, and he was scorching on us. Like they was running the ball efficiently and effectively. And then the other guy, he came from Cincinnati. He was nice. He was always nice.
Yeah.
But it was them two. They rotated. You see how much they was rotating? We didn't even do that. We had 3 running backs that we could have rotated, and we didn't do that at all.
Jonathan,
everything that I wanted the Eagles to do, that's every time when we talk, and every time, through these whole weeks, we always keep saying everything that we want to do, the other team do, and Eagles don't. They're selfish. Nick Sirianni is selfish. That's why we're in the position that we're in now. And yes, San Francisco is winning. Hopefully, the Dallas is going to get kicked off too.
Yeah, that's the only way I can get out of this rut is if I can bring Dallas down with me.
Right.
What's the score? What's the score?
It's 10-0.
Oh my God. 10-zip?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm feeling a little better now.
I mean, hopefully they can keep it like that. What's his name? Michael Parsons. He just got rattled a little bit, so they took him out the game.
What happened?
He got he got pushed into his player, or he got pushed into somebody and had hit helmet to helmet, and he walked off like he a little shaken up.
I mean, like a concussion.
I don't think he have. I mean, I don't wish bad on nobody, but
no, I'm asking. It could have been a concussion.
It could. Yeah.
I mean, I hope not. I wish bad on Dallas. I'm sorry. I don't care about that. I don't wish bad on Dallas.
Yeah, I tip my head off the towel balls. Everybody's gonna be looking at a head coach now. You know who else gonna be getting the head coaching job now? What's the officer quit now? That officer
Brian Leftwich. That's who the Eagles should have signed.
Yes.
The Eagles
Yes.
should have made Brian because then you got Brian Left. Watch it. You got Brian Leftwich, who was a former quarterback with Jalen Hurts, who they kind of had the same style. Brian Leftwich didn't run that much, but I trust that connection more than a former D3 wide receiver. I mean, the Eagles are just, this sucks. Eagles. But I tell you one thing, I would rather go East Coast Gridiron. What's going on? I would rather go out like this than how the Colts went out. The Colts, if you win, you're in.
Right.
Wentz, if you win, you're in.
Definitely was a tough loss.
If you win, you're in. And the Colts could not even take down the Jacksonville Jaguars, who had the number 1 overall pick in the draft. So, yes, I would much rather go ahead and lose against the greatest quarterback than to go out like Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts. And Dallas is losing. Today's a great day.
But it's still only the first quarter, so I mean
10-0 is it's the playoffs. Yeah, East Coast. We were saying that the offensive scheme, Shane Steichen, he has to go. Moochie, how do you feel about Shane Steichen?
Yeah, he has to go because it wasn't we didn't switch up nothing. That's my whole thing. Just switch up and don't wait until the last minute. If something don't work right then and there, you need to switch up. The only thing I don't like about Hurts either, he didn't go. It seems like when he goes over to the sideline, it don't seem like he's talking to anybody. It seems like he's just to himself and saying, "All right, I can do this myself. Let me get back in here. Let me just be focused."
No, it was a few times where he did. He did. Jalen is that guy. He not gonna. Why do you think people call him the kind of leader that he is?
No, well, only because every time I've seen him, he always had the way how he have his helmet on and look like Nick Sirianni is in his face saying something. I don't know, but it's like he wasn't focused today.
Richie MC says Eagles need to not even think about trading the picks for a vet QB. They have so many issues. Yeah, like if that
who thought about trading him? I don't want to trade Hurts at at all.
You know now that Russell Wilson has actually his camp has came out and said, yeah, we want to go ahead and try to we're not asking or demanding a trade, but we want to go ahead and see what our options are. ECG, East Coast Gridiron, says, I know they point the blame on Jalen. It's 50-50 for sure. Calvin Ridley would be a godsend, at least as a band-aid for the guys. And I'm telling you, the Philadelphia...
Hold on. East Coast, you don't like Mike Williams? Let me know if you like Mike Williams. I for some reason, I like to take Mike Williams over Calvin Ridley.
Mike Williams, the reason why I'm going Calvin Ridley...
He's strong enough to catch every football that comes to him.
I don't need strength, Moochie. We got JJ Arcega-Whiteside for strength if you need blocking. I don't need strength.
No. To catch the football. I don't.
Right. How do you make Jalen Hurts better? You give a young quarterback like great windows and areas to throw the football. How does that happen? You have to have a guy that can get open.
I tell you this. As much as I don't like the Cowboys, Cooper always catch the ball. Every wide receiver over there is catching a football.
It's not about catching, Moochie. That's not our problem. These guys, they can't get open. You gotta run Moochie. You gotta cross.
Mike Williams is not getting open.
Not like no Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley is DK Metcalf. Last year said that Calvin Ridley is the best route runner in the league.
No, granted, I understand that, but I don't know.
You sleeping on Calvin Ridley, bro. You sleeping. And the thing about Calvin is he played with Devontae Smith. He's an Alabama guy. He played with Jalen.
Yeah. No. I studied them. I studied them. It's just that with Mike, after what I've seen what Mike Williams did in the Chargers, it just looked like every time something goes up, he's always catching it and he's always making a touchdown. So
and he's not bad. That's not bad. He's not bad. Richard MC says Miles Sanders, who is a top 15. Miles Sanders, who is he? Top 15 running back. His agent going to encourage him to hold out to get paid. Running backs' careers are short.
Yeah, but like I said, we discussed this earlier, Richie, where I feel that his contract is only going to be like 40 million with 20 million guaranteed because all of his injuries. I think he's gonna get the same. He's gonna get the same contract like what was like Shady McCoy. That's what I feel.
Mike Williams, East Coast Gridiron says Mike Williams needs pinpoint accuracy. Jalen is not as accurate as Justin. Just is a red zone monster. Best thing for Jalen is to get a young QB like Matt Corral to push Jalen. That's hungry to start. Nah, I think, and I respect that take. I think what you're saying about Mike Williams is 100% correct. And Moochie, this is why you like Mike Williams, is because if it's anywhere in his vicinity, especially if it's an accurate ball, he's going to come down with it. He's going to catch.
Right.
East Coast Gridiron said, plus Eagles will run in red zone. Justin Herbert is a red zone monster when throwing the ball. Numbers are there. Absolutely. But Jalen Hurts is the kind of quarterback where he needs his wide receivers to get open. And to be quite honest, it's not just Jalen. Like we got to get away from making it a Jalen Hurts thing. Every quarterback needs their wide receivers to get open. If Mike Williams couldn't get open against Avonte Maddox today, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't win the ball game. Richie MC says, why does Quez stop on his route over the middle? Even Troy and Joe Buck made the comment during the game.
Yeah, I don't
young
know.
Young guy, playoff
Philly
game.
Fresh, yo that.
Philly Fresh, what's going on, bro?
How you feel? Like, tell me how you feel.
Yeah, Quez Watkins is a young guy. You know what I mean? So he's just these young guys, man.
Huge. Him being 6'4", yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Again, we'll see. It's just, I guess everybody, we know now we're all focused. Now I'm totally focused into the off season and the when I say off season, meaning the draft now. Now I'm gonna be fully focused on the draft now. Cornerback, we need a cornerback, wide receiver, linebacker, we need our edge rusher, we need everything as of right now.
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. East Coast Gridiron says Jalen needs physical wide receivers in the red zone. Perfect wide receiver for Eagles are DK Metcalf or Mike Evans. Physical and will create space. Yeah, Howie Roseman had an opportunity to get DK Metcalf. He said no. Howie Roseman had an opportunity to get somebody that can create space in Justin Jefferson. He said no. So we can have all these picks, but if you don't have the right general managers going to go out there and make the right picks, it doesn't matter. But before we talk about draft and all of that, we got to get with somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. Somebody getting fired. For me,
I already told you.
Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon got to go. Got to go. See you. Got to go. All right, Shane Steichen. Number one, can we talk about this truth here? Can we be honest and say that Jalen Hurts had two offensive coordinators this year? Because Nick Sirianni was calling some plays, some games, and Shane Steichen was calling some plays, some games. So this, for all the Jalen Hurts hate and all of that, this man, 23 years old, got to listen to two men tell him how to run one offense. If that's not confusion, I don't know. Richie MC says, Darius Slay Jr., what is he? On a good team, is he a second cornerback? Eagles might need to draft a cornerback. Philadelphia Eagles have to draft a cornerback.
It's one cornerback from Cincinnati.
Ahmad Sauce Gardner.
That's who we need. If we can get him, maybe we can get him in the second. I don't know.
No, sir. He won't make it out. Nah, he won't make it out of the first round because he's sticking to everybody. I ain't gonna hold you. East Coast Gridiron says Ryan Kerrigan should be starting. I disagree, but he says he was a great reason Chase Young did well last year. Chase was cleaning up sacks Ryan should have had, but picking up Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon is a must. If the Dolphins messed us up. Yeah. The Dolphins want to go on a winning tour, so we should have been 5. If the Eagles had like around a 5 or 6 pick, maybe you trade up, maybe you take a 3rd or 4th round pick to try to go up and get your guy. But the Eagles are too far. We're too far at 15, 16, and 19 to get Kayvon Thibodeau. I would be surprised if he makes it out of the top 4 picks.
Man, we just lost. I just don't. I mean,
What's the score
unreal.
with the Cowboys game? How they doing?
It's still 10-0 first quarter.
Okay. As long as they lose, man, that's all I need. That's the only thing I need. Okay, so it's confirmed. Richie MC says the Eagles have the 15th pick, the 16th pick, and the 19th pick. That's good, man. I'm telling you, I would sit right there. And to be quite honest, what I can see, the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, the Eagles got to watch out for them. I see the Pittsburgh Steelers trying to get the Eagles 15 or 16 pick to get a quarterback. So we have an opportunity to get stock on some draft capital. Can we just talk a little draft really quick? If I'm going if I'm the Philly Fresh says Jalen Hurts missed too many throws, he needs to trust his wide receivers. But Nick Sirianni was a problem, too many screens, and Smitty only had 3 targets at the half. Yeah, Philly, that was my biggest thing is, Devontae Smith, and I said this in my last video, Devontae Smith is technically the Eagles' #1 wide receiver. And for you to be in the second half and Devontae Smith has 0 targets, that's a coaching problem. To me, as a coach, you don't allow your best wide receiver not to touch the ball. All right? You just can't. That can't happen.
Right.
East Coast Gridiron says they are great. There are great pass rushers in this draft. If you want to draft front 7 guys, they are everywhere. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna give it to you, East Coast, and I actually would love to join your channel, man, because I love your content and talk about some draft stuff. I'm really curious to see who you have the Eagles taking that 15, 16, and 19. This is what I would do, man. To be quite honest, I'm going Nakobe. Now, this is if these guys are there. If Nakobe Dean is sitting there at 15, I'm taking him. I'm taking Nakobe Dean, national champion. Look at our game today. We need linebackers. Okay, it's just that simple. It's been 40 years since the Philadelphia Eagles have invested in linebackers, and I think Jameson Williams getting hurt, I think is going to be a good thing for the Philadelphia Eagles because we could potentially get him in the second round. So this is what I do. I go Nakobe Dean 15. Today, now it could change. I go Devin Lloyd 16. Okay, I want 2 linebackers. I'm double dipping. Don't invite me to the Super Bowl party because I'm double dipping. Okay, the Eagles got north of $40 million. You want to talk about getting your cornerback? I love Ahmad Gardner, but if I could get 2 national champions, okay, if I could get Nakobe Dean at 15, and if I can get Devin Lloyd at 16. And then you know what I'm going to do at 19 since Fletcher Cox won to get all old? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in Big Jordan Davis. Let's freaking go. And everybody is like, oh, no, but we need a wide receiver. Watch this. How about the Eagles go ahead and get a John Mitchell in the second round? Come on now. So you use your $40 million. You can get a cornerback. You can get a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? But give me Nakobe Dean. You know what I'm saying? Give me Devin Lloyd. Give me Jordan Davis. So I'm excited, guys. I'm too excited. Let me calm down.
No, it's all good. It's just the fact that we lost. So I mean, why not talk about it? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, this is just unreal, man. I still can't believe we played like that. It's like as much as we should have never played like that, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They fought, though. They fought to the end, for sure.
But they started fighting
towards the end.
Right.
But I told you guys that. I said, listen, the Philadelphia Eagles – don't give Tom Brady the first and second quarter to do whatever he wants to do. And actually, that's what he did his magic in the first and second quarter. The Eagles, I don't know what they do. Like, they need to be investigated. Whatever they try to do or whatever they do in the locker room, it's like they want to get to the locker room to try to change stuff. Like all I'm saying is this. I am going to when this video is done, I am going to file a missing team report. The Philadelphia Eagles were supposed to play today at 1:00, and it was a JV team out there, and I don't know what happened. That's all I'm saying.
Real quick, Philly Fresh, if you still on here, I just sent you the link just so I can get your perspective real quick. If you know what I'm saying, if you look on your Twitter, I had gave you the link, but I just don't know, man. Where Sidney Jones got hurt and the Eagles got him in the second round. Well, what are you saying? We should get him back, or you?
No. What he's saying is because John Mitchie and actually Jameson Williams, both of them had a torn ACL. But this is why I don't think we should fear ACLs in Philly, especially Alabama guys. Okay, who tore 4 ACLs back to back to back? I actually think it was 3, but came on was drafted to Philadelphia and now is a bona fide left guard. Landon Dickerson. This man tore his ACLs and he was doing backflips. For me, I think sports medicine and I think the technology within the game has advanced so much that not to take it lightly, but I'm not. John Mitchie is a first round pick, if not like guaranteed first round pick, if not for the injury. Obviously, Jameson Williams, if he's there for the Eagles in the second round, okay, even George Pickens.
Real quick, breaking news: Jalen Hurts, he left out with the game with a boot on his foot.
That's my guy. But see, watch it. Donovan McNabb, I got something going on with me. My ankle, I played on a broken foot. Jalen Hurts, he just left the game. Most guys, they try to watch this. Most guys would try to go into the game and say, how they hurt, so it could justify their play. Jalen Hurts leaves the game with a boot and don't say anything. You know? Can you go back to East Coast, his last comment? Derek Stingley is going to be a steal. He may be around there, especially for cornerback depth. Whoa! East Coast, you think Derek Stingley is going to make it out of the top 5? I don't know. I don't know
either.
Ray223 says, I don't know how I would have. I'm sorry. I don't know how I would have felt if we left that donut on the scoreboard. I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just can't. Not a donut, not a tire, not 31 to tire, bro. I couldn't do it.
I mean, again, I'm glad we got points on the board, but it's just a little too late. I don't like that, man. It's just that's the only thing I'm disgusted about. But I mean,
it is Tom Brady, guys. I mean, who are we fooling? I mean, the guy won 7 season 7 times Super Bowl champion.
And we the Eagles, and we could have did something like
we did.
Look, no. You know what I like? We kept them at 17 for the longest until the third quarter. So I mean, it's like, come on, we could have did a lot better. And like you said, it is the coaching.
Let's. I want to do a heat check right now for everybody in the check. Let's do a heat check. What do you guys think about Jalen Reagor? Are you holding on to him? Do you want to cut him right now, take the dead cap hit? Do you still believe he has some talent? What are your guys' thoughts about Jalen freaking Reagor? Because for me, I don't know what I want to do with him right now. I don't want to make a quick decision about Jalen, but for me, it's almost like the Eagles, we're better if we don't look for him in the offense. And that's sad to say as a first-round pick. How are people feeling about Jalen Reagor, bro?
East Coast says, let me see.
Yeah, 100% East Coast. Way too inconsistent. East Coast, do you think it's something mental? Because I think with Jalen Reagor, I think it's in between the ears with my guy. I don't know what it is. I think it's something in between the ears.
Yeah, but that should I get it, but something like that should make you even be better. Like, I understand he lost his friend. I understand You know, his pop used to work, used to play for us. That should have got you hyped, and then just the playoffs. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like we
yeah,
all know, they all knew for a fact this is win or go home. Play to your best ability. He didn't do that at all.
yeah.
He ain't do
Rich,
that all. He ain't do that this whole season. He ain't make no great catch to be like, oh snap, yeah. Guess who did though? Devontae Smith. I mean,
yeah, but see, he was doing all of that talk. He was doing, the Eagles was pumping him up. Eagles was pumping him up in the offseason with the one-handed catches, but there's no pressure there. So you got to do something different. East Coast Gridiron says a great practice squad player to get team prepared. Yeah.
yes, we got
Yo.
Philly Fresh in the building. What's good with you, my guy?
Yo, that man. You know what's going on, man. Your boy Fully Fresh, aka the General. I appreciate y'all having me on, man, because we got some things to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Whoa, what did I just see? What did I just see? I just seen a catastrophe, yo.
Yeah.
15 to 31.
And the crazy part is, most people had us only having 4 wins, 5 wins, yada yada yada. I picked 9, and I was right, but you can't go out like that.
Not like that.
You can't go out like that. And I said this, shout out to BVP. I said this in our pregame. Listen, even if they go out with a fight, I'm not mad because I understand it. I get it. First time to the playoffs for all the coaches, but that,
Yeah.
no. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I got some critique of Jalen Hurts. I do. I really do. He takes some blame for this, but Nick Sirianni is number 1 on the list for me, and Jonathan Gannon too.
Yes, sir.
Those two are right here, because when you look at the situation, right? Why in the hell are you not putting your best players in the best predicament? First of all, Miles Sanders only ran the ball 4 times in the first half. To me, that's bullcrap. When you look at it, look at the screen to the Quez Watkins. You got Devontae Smith blocking. Devontae Smith is our best wide receiver. He ain't no damn blocker. Why do you got him as a? He should never be a lead blocker.
I seen that. Yeah,
risking him with injury.
He should never be no lead blocker. The
ball
dude weighs 160, soaking wet with 1,000 pounds of nickels in his pocket. Yeah,
That's coaching. That's coaching.
So when you look at that situation and you look at Jonathan Gannon, to me, you didn't use Avery like how you was using him against Washington, against the Giants. Like, you didn't send no pressure to a Tom Brady way. You just, front 4, go get him. Front 4, go get him. And that wasn't working. Now, finally, it did work. Shout out to Kerrigan. I don't know where the hell you been all year.
Right.
But to me, he was the MVP of this game.
Oh, for sure.
And that's not really saying too much because nothing really happened on the Eagles. But he was the MVP. I mean, you talk about 1.5 sacks, a great tackle for loss, and I thought that they did finally stop Tom Brady around the second quarter into the third quarter. But here's the thing. We seen a trend even when we played the bad teams. When we played the Washington game, I was there. I seen a 10-0, a 17 to 7 at the half. I seen that. I seen the Giants game 10-0. You can't do that against these good teams. And I've been saying this the whole time. You cannot start off lackadaisy. You cannot start off with a donut.
Tire.
And this is going to happen.
Michelin.
And I told you they tried to play hurry up. Let's hurry up and try to get this game. And once they made the 2 touchdowns, I'm like, all right. Then they made the 2-point conversion. I'm like, hold up. But then I'm like, it's only 4 minutes left.
Oh, it was
and
over.
And then Jalen Reagor got the fumble. Then Mike Evans made the touchdown. I said, come on, man. Like,
I knew something was going on when we got to the second quarter and Devontae Smith still didn't get a target. I'm sitting here saying to myself, I said, wait, this is the number 10 overall pick in the draft. And this is what I said in my video yesterday. I said the Philadelphia Eagles are going to, if we have any opportunity to win this game, we have to force the ball into his hands, just like Joe Burrow and the Bengals, how they forced Jamar Chase the ball, like Jalen Waddle forced. You have to and to me, that goes to coaching, and it's crazy because it's like Nick Sirianni. What was he? Let's go back. Let's do some research. Let's do some digging. He was a former Division III wide receiver, and then you don't put emphasis on getting your wide receivers the ball. That's coaching, bro. That's coaching.
But the crazy part is, I agree with everything you just said, bro. The crazy part is that even though I hated Troy Aikman's announcement, I just wanted to turn the sound off. Like he was deep stroking Tom Brady so hard.
Yeah.
Having his kids.
Yo.
Well, he did.
I'm like, yo. So
he did say why we wasn't targeting.
He's right about one thing. They was giving Devontae Smith 15 yards of cushion.
50 yards of cushion.
And to me, that's when you run the button hooks. And I said this in my video at halftime. This is when you run the button hooks, the comeback routes that he is perfect at.
Oh yeah,
Devontae Smith is so good at those comeback routes. This is when you do those kind of things. This is when you have a situation to where as though you make the see. This is what I think Nick Sirianni tried to do. I think he tried to make them respect the short game so you can go long. No, if they're giving you the cushion, you can make them respect the short game, right? But you got to take what they're giving you. Instead, you're running these screens and they're on it like this, like this, like this. Use the middle of the field, and players got to take accountability too. That drop by Dallas Goedert was so significant. It was so significant because it's like, dude, you make the most contested catches in the world, but then you can't make these traditional plays, and it's been happening all year.
Season long.
They wind it up basically benching Miles Sanders. I don't know what happened with that, but it did seem like Gainwell was a better fit for the game, and maybe it took them too long to see that. But I ain't gonna lie to you. When you look at Jonathan Gannon and Nick Sirianni, they're at the top of the list. It goes to me. I'm gonna say Jonathan Gannon number one.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Especially in the first half. He is number one on my list. And I've been hearing a lot of reports and a lot of people that talk to me that know that's in the NFL that, you know, I know y'all know that people are looking at him for the Vikings head coaching job and all that. Hey, listen, that might be out the window right now.
That is out the window.
True.
After they see what just happened.
Yeah.
So to me, I got Jonathan Gannon number one. I got Nick Sirianni number two because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like the way that he was running the team. I don't like the fact of the matter. Miles Sanders only had four carries. I don't like the fact of the matter that you keep running these screens with Raygard, and Raygard's up there too. He's probably number 4.
Yeah,
but I gotta put Jalen Hurts right now number 3, man. To me, and I don't know if it's nerves, but from what I heard about the kid, he doesn't get nervous, but maybe he did. He has to find a way to lead his wide receivers instead of waiting till they get open and then throwing the ball.
I agree.
NFL, this ain't college.
I agree.
That closing speed is like this. So once you see them open, instead of throwing them open or instead of anticipating them getting open, that closing speed is so fast in the NFL.
And let me tell you how I know that you're right. I'm gonna tell you how to know I know you're right because he's a second too late with everything. Like that second that he's late, if you just throw the football, that's what we need. So yeah, that's 100% right there.
But
is it possible?
But here's the thing that I can say. I don't want everybody to jump on the bandwagon and say Jalen Hurts need to go and yada yada yada. No, I'm not doing that. I don't want everybody to say Nick Sirianni need to go. I'm not doing that. I think that those two can grow. But Jonathan Gannon, I'm looking at you in a different light.
He got to go.
I'm looking at you in a different light because not only did you do it today, you did it all season.
And look,
And the only reason you didn't do it the last 6 or 7 games is because we played damn near college quarterbacks. That's the only reason why you didn't do it. But when you look at a fact of when you face a Herbert, he goes 13 or 14. A Derek Carr, he goes 12 or 12. Tom Brady, when we first faced him, he goes 12 or 15. Today, he was 20 or 25. Like, the percentage of things that's going on from the quarterbacks and the receptions is ridiculous. But now that you facing a Justin you facing a Heineke, you facing a whoever that quarterback was for the Giants. I don't even know who the hell he was. You facing the dude for the Jets. The dude for the Broncos, you facing them type of quarterbacks, so you look better. The numbers start to look better. But no, when you face a guy top tier, and this is we're going to have to always face guys top tier in the playoffs. That's always going to happen. So every time we get to the playoffs, this is what you're going to do.
And it's crazy. It's crazy because what's going on, Dante, East Coast Gridiron, bro? What's going on?
What's up, guys? Yo, brought the light skinned guy in here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we had to set the tone,
You know what I'm saying? Even it out. All colors of the rainbow.
Yeah.
What's crazy is the Philadelphia Eagles, we were 0-6 against playoff caliber teams. Tampa Bay was 7-1 at home. Something had to give today. You know what I'm saying? Something had to give. My thing is, with Jonathan Gannon, what pissed me off is when, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were back in the end zone, right? And he sends the all-out blitz and just leaves Gronk wide open. Like, how do you leave the best player wide open? It's the playoffs, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's those things. And I think with Jonathan Gannon, for me, he's always this entire season, man. He's just been like this spectator. He got his hat and his arms folded. He's got his mic, and it's like, bro, be a coach. I don't need you sitting up here trying to look good and trying to play the part. I need you to make adjustments. And that's what I said the other day. I said the Philadelphia Eagles, we cannot wait until the second quarter till halftime to try to make adjustments. If by the first quarter is 7 minutes, and it's not looking right, you got to change up. And one of the things that Jim Johnson used to do, and it's crazy because I feel like we're in a different new era of football. Actually, I know that we are. Defensive coordinators are now allowing guys to sit back there and dissect, right? They just let them just sit back there. Jim Johnson, you wasn't just going to sit back there. If we didn't know what to do with you, at least we were going to blitz you. Like, we're going to send the house. You know what I'm saying? But for us to sit up there and allow a 7-time Super Bowl winning champion to dissect us against guys like Jannard Avery, and I knew that was a mismatch all day long. You got, number one, he's a former defensive end, transitions to linebacker against Gronk. Gronk is 6'7", Jannard Avery is 6 foot. As a defensive coordinator, nothing in your brain. Philly Fresh could go. He could have been there today and called a better game. Nothing in your mind says maybe that's not a good matchup. I mean, crazy.
And Dante, how you feel about everything?
Well, I'm taking a perspective outside of being an Eagles Nation fan. I'm a Jaguars fan, so we ain't even gonna speak upon that. We got our own issues going on. But with the Eagles, man, just taking a step back and just looking at everything, and Pablo knows, man, like, I'm the quarterback guy for sure on the show. If anybody's been optimistic and try to look on the other side of things from playing the position at one point to actually being a coach to now seeing what these guys are trying to do. I know you guys saw the press conference with Jalen Hurts when he missed the wide open Dallas Goedert. And he was trying to explain, like, it's way more than just seeing an open guy. This is how I had to look through my progression. And that's what I was saying, like, in the comments, like, it's 50-50, man. Do I necessarily think Nick Sirianni's scheme does work? You know, in some aspects, and we've seen that the last couple of weeks, right? Especially when you guys were winning. What was the formula? Run the ball more. Get Jalen not to run the ball. I mean, I had a hot take with the one guy on our show, Don. He's an Eagles fan through and through, and I was telling him, I'm like, wow, Jason Kelce made first team All Pro. I was like, he did that with the running game. I mean, let's just be honest. Like Jalen Hurts had to run all over the place to make a play happen.
But we didn't run the ball though.
But let me tell you something. It ain't just a running game with Jason Kelce. Jason Kelce is the captain of that offense. He tells everybody it's cerebral also. He tells the quarterback, he shifts the lines. He tells everybody where the blitzes are coming from. He does so much on that offensive line that it gotta be commended. You know what I mean? Like when you break down what Jason Kelce brings to the table, nobody on that, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Lane Johnson, if you're Jack Just, I don't care who you are. Nobody brings to the table with Jalen. I said Jalen. Excuse me. What Jason Kelce brings to the table, and I'm gonna say this: I'm gonna be scared when he's gone. I'm gonna be scared when he's gone because I don't know who can fill his shoes. And that's
nobody can. He's a Hall of Famer.
Oh well, then Pablo, is this Jason Kelce last year? You think he done after this? After what just happened today, you think he's gonna be like, you know what, I'm good?
No, just because when you look at the Dallas game, he put it was like, why would you come and try to get that record? That 100, I think it was 122 consecutive starts. It sounded. If he was going to retire, what's the difference between 121 and 122? You just would have just rolled off into the sunset. So I think he will come back. This is a contract year, so the Eagles are going to have to pay him. I know they will pay him. When you look at what and that's one thing I can't say about Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman is not afraid to pay his aging veteran players. When you look at Jason Peters, he did it all day long. He paid Jason Peters from 30 all the way up to 39, and Jason is still playing at 40 years old with the Chicago Bears. So when you look at Jason Kelce, who is going to go into the Eagles Hall of Fame, who is going to go into the NFL Hall of Fame, the Eagles going into the offseason north of $40 million, Howie Roseman is going to find a way to get it done. I definitely think he comes back. We need him to come back because honestly, I don't want to take one of those first round picks and have to be forced to use it on the center because this defense, we need a lot of help.
Well, look,
hey, Fresh, did you really think that we was going to win today too? Did you really think?
I did, and I thought it was going to be a close game. You can go check the tape. You know what I mean? Like I ain't no lie, I ain't no fraud.
Right, no, that's exactly why I asked you that because I seen your tape. I'm always on you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked you. That's why I wanted to see what you were going to say.
I thought it was going to be a walk-off victory for us. I thought it was going to be a close game because of the fact of the matter that when you lose all these weapons, you got to expose them. I didn't see too much, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pablo. Correct me if I'm wrong, Meech. Did you see any bracketing of Rob Gronkowski? It was just one-on-ones. And he's bigger and badder than everybody else. So to me, that should have been helped. But I also didn't see Darius Slay, Nelson, and Avonte Maddox getting cooked like they was.
Yeah, buns.
Like even Darius Slay, who I thought been solid all year, probably like I thought he got snubbed in the Pro Bowl and all that. But they got cooked today. Yeah. And a lot of that is because of the scheme, but they still got cooked. So to me, I didn't think that the game plan was going to be what the game plan was going to be. I did not think that we was not going to run the ball or even try to run the ball. I get it. You got these big guys in the middle and they're third and rushing and you scared them and they got their linebacker back, yada, yada, yada. But in the first quarter, you didn't even try to run up the middle. Yeah. Everything was outside. It was Miles Sanders outside. And after a while, a defense they're going to adjust to that. And you didn't make adjustments, Nick Sirianni, on basically, all right, let me double back and let's shoot through the middle until the fourth quarter. We seen Gainwell go 15 yards, then hit a 20-yard and then hit a touchdown.
Yeah.
Too little, too late. Two for your
Mhm.
mistakes. Like I'm not gonna
Oh.
lie to you, man. I had the Eagles winning. I even lost money on the game. So that's how much I was confident about this game because of all the people that they was missing. And then when Leonard Fournette wasn't playing, I said, man, they better shut down all these running backs.
And
None
you know
of these
what?
running backs are good.
Yeah, one of the things and that was a hell of a take, Fresh. One of the things that this is when I knew the Eagles. I had us winning 24-21. I thought it was going to come down to a field goal. I had the Eagles. I knew we were in trouble when Tristan Wirfs went down, the best right tackle in the National Football League. When Tristan Wirfs went down, you would have thought your defensive coordinator would have said, "Oh my God, this is a godsend." I would have blitzed every single body off of his side, and he did nothing. It still was just one-on-ones. And I'm sitting here saying,
well, no, it worked because, like you said, once that happened, they was getting to the quarterback. That's when the sack started happening. But I mean, like you said, it was still a little too late, right? It wasn't a little too late?
No, he went out like the third play of the game, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, yeah, because you called me and you said
I called you. That's when I literally called this man and I said the Eagles are going to win because I was there's no way that we're going to not take advantage of that. And I'm sitting here saying, wait, they're not taking advantage of that. And so it's weird because it's like on one and Fresh. This is where I try to slow my criticism for Jalen Hurts because on one hand, we can criticize Jalen Hurts for being a second too late, but didn't we just identify how the coaches were 3-4 quarters too late? Yeah. Right? Like the coaches are late. So you can blame Jalen and say he's late, but you're late with identifying the fact that there is a potential exposure on their offensive line and you did nothing.
All right, well, look, I got a question for all of y'all real quick. Dante, I want you to answer it first, though. Joe Judge was he was the coach for the Giants for 2 years, didn't get them to the playoffs, but now they got Nick Sirianni, first year, didn't play well, but came together into fruition, ups and downs. He got him to the playoff. But do you fire him because of what happened today?
I said the
president keep him for next year.
Yeah, I said the president for all NFL coaches or any coaches in general. How can you evaluate a coach after 1 year of play? Because it could be a total disaster with you guys next year, depending on how you draft and the offseason and everything. Like it's only up to interpretation from here. But I mean, Joe Judge in 2 years, I mean, name a superstar on that team. Now, this is the interesting thing with Joe Judge. You went all out your way to go get Kenny Golladay. If you know Kenny Golladay, he is not a burner type of receiver. Throw it up, catch it in the end zone, high point the ball. You're not going to see him juking anybody. I mean, I can go out there and cover him right now, and he's not going to out juke me. And then you had picked up Kadarius Toney in the very first round, which was very surprising. How many touchdowns did those guys combine to get?
0. Lane Johnson had more.
0.
Lane Johnson had more.
Right,
exactly. It's with that being said, that's more of a coaching thing because you did not scheme around those two guys at all. We seen Kadarius Toney have one great game, and everybody was like, "See, this is why they drafted him in the first round." Mm-hmm. That experiment slowly fizzled out the rest of the year. So, I mean, 2 years I think is the standard, especially if you're an NFL coach because it's win now, right? But I really think it should be 3. Now, NFL coach or NCAA coaches, you are used to teams winning 11 to 12 games a year. If you're not meeting that benchmark, I mean, that comes down to recruiting at that point. But you have a pool of people that you can dig into in the offseason at any given time. All about the salary cap at the end of the day, but that's up to the GM and the financial department to get that together so you're able to coach with the right players that you want part of your scheme. So, I mean, we don't know what goes on in the front office, of course, but I mean, with Joe Judge, we already seen how that was going. That name one good defensive player on that team too. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint somebody. So you got to look at it as a whole like that. I mean, I don't necessarily. That one doesn't burn me up.
That defense definitely was different. It wasn't stars, but I do think that they wasn't as bad as people really think. Like when you look at it, I mean, they held us to what 3 points? Was it 3 points? Something like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not gonna lie to you. Defensive wise, I don't think that the Giants are as bad as they seem like they are, but the offense couldn't do nothing.
But
The
perspective
offense
too, right? I mean, if you're going four and out every single drive, you're tiring out that defense too. So I absolutely agree with you.
And that's kind of what happened today, for real. We kept going 4 and out, and the defense did have to keep coming back on the field. But from the first drive, the defense wasn't making stops anyway. But once, but for real, Dante, I definitely want to shout out to you and your Jags, man, for getting the win against the Colts and giving us a better draft pick. You know what I mean? I definitely feel that. But Nucci, I got a problem with you. You gonna ask me did I pick the Eagles? You see all these damn hats I got up here? Every last one of them is an Eagles hat. Yeah. You gonna ask me did I pick the Eagles?
Listen, I'm an Eagles fan too, but sometimes I'll be playing the spade of, again, before this game even started, I said, are we going to put pressure and are we going to lead first, or are we going to have them do the touchdown? That we got to play catch up in the second half. And what did we do? We had to play catch up in the second half. Soon as Pablo called me up and said, yo, we're going to win. He went down.
Don't say that out loud, man. Don't say that out loud.
That's what I was like. But I was like, okay, yeah. I got the feeling, and then all of a sudden, the first possession, they made a touchdown. I said, all right, bet. Let's come on. Let's get it going. And then I'm like, what's going on?
But here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say they got the possession the touchdown because of this, but that Derek Barnett, a personal foul was some bull crap, yo.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
and to me, that can set the tone on a whole game. And then you had the Jason Kelce hold, but not a hold. That was not a hold.
He was just falling down, and he just grabbed him, and he couldn't get to the quarterback anyway. If whoever that guy was.
Like to me, I'm like, damn, that's a hurt piece. And then you had the Rhaegar fumble. Everything was going downhill, and you couldn't stop the rolling.
Yeah, we lost.
It's like you got a boulder coming downhill, and you can't stop it. All you got to do is get out the way. You can't stop it. It really was over at the second quarter. It was over. It was over.
We lost a lot of momentum when Jalen Reagor when he muffed that ball. I knew that was our fate. Like I knew it was over.
Yeah, I know. I said the game over. I was gonna tweet it, but I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna put that stain on my resume.
Yeah, and then it was one play where like Jalen Reagor was coming in motion. And Devontae Smith was like, yo, what are you doing? Go back. This guy's just like, over there.
So let me ask y'all this. The future of Jalen Reagor, what is it?
Practice squad.
But then what? Because either you're going to have to go out and get a free agent. You got to get somebody else. You got to. Because you can't just have Devontae Smith and that's it. Greg Ward, I don't know what's going to happen with him. J.J. Thicker Whiteside, peace be going. See ya. Don't want to hear from you again. You hear me?
Why is he returning kickoffs?
Who?
J-Jaw.
No. Rhaegar was returning. Rhaegar and Gainwell was returning.
I thought J-Jaw returned like a kickoff.
Not near, none of under there. You hear me?
I'm about to say somebody really got to go. I'm about to say everybody was like,
I didn't see the full game, but I saw somebody post something about J-Jaw returning kicks or
no, that was somebody else.
Who the hell is 17? Who the hell is that?
Keyshawn Johnson. He was the young wide receiver from Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. But
you thought he did that dirty hit too fresh?
Nah. I mean, yeah. I said no, but yeah. He got away with one, right? I'm not gonna say it was dirty, but it definitely should have been a penalty. It wasn't a helmet to helmet, but it was a bang bang with his knee hitting the ground. So I'm not gonna say it's dirty, but it definitely should have been a penalty. That's one that we got away with, but it ain't matter anyway.
Yeah. So to get back to your question though about Jalen Reagor, here's my take on Jalen. I don't think he's worth. So Jalen Reagor has all the potential in his body. I really feel like he really does, man. I think with him, it's like mentally, something's going on with him privately. And this is why I was banging on the table, man, this offseason for the Eagles to bring in a veteran guy like maybe a Julio Jones or somebody of that caliber, because even though Devontae Smith was a bona fide stud on the collegiate level, he's still a rookie, right? And you still have to allow him to come to the National Football League and develop. You don't want to put too much pressure on a guy like that. If Devontae Smith can be your number 2, the Eagles offense just took a big step, right? You don't need Devontae Smith to be your number 1. So with Jalen, 2 years left on his contract, 7.8 next year if you cut him in dead cap. I'll hold on to him. I'm definitely not giving him a second contract, but I honestly think that Nick Sirianni has to take some onus in the development of Jalen Reagor. Here's why. I don't know if you guys remember, but coming into the season, Nick Sirianni said that Jalen Reagor specifically was going to be playing the slot. And all season long, he's been playing the outside. Now, let's just say hypothetically the Philadelphia Eagles go ahead and get Calvin Ridley. I don't think it's a bad situation if I got Calvin Ridley at my X receiver, Devontae Smith at my wide receiver, and I got Jalen
up for him though. What you giving up for a guy that quit on his team? That's the only thing I don't like. To that point, this is what I'll say. The reason why I'm not too big on him, I don't know if he quit or not. It's come off like he is, but the reason why I'm not is only because the Hall of Famer Julio Jones left the year before. I mean, the same season. So that's the only thing. If Julio was still there, then I could. But Julio even left. So if a Hall of Famer leaves, it's kind of like, what the hell is going on? And to be honest, I think the domino effect is the play of Matt Ryan. To be quite honest,
that's what I'm about to say.
I think that's why guys don't want to be there.
I can agree with that. But here's the thing: the difference between Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Julio Jones still played the rest of the season without a word. Yeah. He didn't say nothing until the season was over. Get me the hell out of here. He still balled for his team, and he still balled for his teammates.
Yeah, he did say.
And that's why when everybody was tweeting me and messaging me about Antonio Brown, hell no. I don't want no guy on this team. I don't care how talented he is going to quit on his fellow teammates. I play football. You know what I mean?
In all fairness, though, Fresh, I will say this. In all fairness, not to cut you off, he did say it was due to mental health. He did say that. Yeah.
Who did?
Calvin Ridley. That's why he went off. He tweeted and he said, because of my private life and some things I got going on behind the scenes, it's going to be best right now for my mental health that I step away from the game. So I can't really call him a quitter because he came out and said mental health. So if he says mental health,
that's why I said Mike Williams.
I don't mess with mental health. But what
but that's who the Eagles are. Look at Brandon Brooks. Look at Lane Johnson. That's who we are. We're actually the perfect place. And the only reason why I like Calvin Ridley, to be quite honest with you guys, if I'm being 100, is because he played with Jalen Reagor.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. So if you got a guy who's talking about mental health and needing support, you're going to go. Why? I mean, who can support you more than the guys that went to college with you?
Yeah, I mean, and he did come out and say the people that texted him and helped him get through everything was Jalen and Devontae. They reached out to him. And I mean, that's, to me, like I told you in the comments, that is the biggest selling point that you can tell Calvin. Be around the two guys that was always there for you, just for his mental health. He might, I mean, even if he played 16 games next year and not one because of mental health and said, hey, Jalen and Devontae got me back on track to play the rest of the season. That's a huge win. Because what did he play? Like 10 games this year? Not even.
Yeah,
I honestly think if you get Calvin,
he definitely didn't play 10. He didn't play 10.
I had him on my fantasy.
Yeah, I know he didn't play a full season. I only played,
I had him on my fantasy. He played like 7 games.
Yeah.
He got out of there real quick. But if I'm the Eagles, I'm and if I can get Calvin Ridley, I could tolerate Jalen Reagor at the slot. That's all I'm saying.
But let me ask y'all this real fast about why we on Jalen Reagor. Pause. But why we on the situation of Jalen Reagor, right?
Yeah.
I've been saying this and I've been screaming at the top of the hills. I'm not saying he is Deebo Samuels, but why don't you use him out the backfield like the 49ers do? Deebo? Get the ball in his hands. Obviously, he's not a long catcher. He's not. But he is a playmaker. Just like, to me, he is Nelson Aguilar 2.0. Nelson Aguilar 2.0.
Mhm.
Now, we hated Nelson Aguilar on these deep routes and the footballs that he dropped, right?
Mhm.
But we know, even in the Super Bowl, when he got those screens and he got the ball in his hands, he'll make 1,000 spin moves and get you a first down. I think Rhaegar needs to have the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Have him in the backfield instead of having a Darius Slay in the backfield, who we was all excited for. Yay, Darius Slay's in the backfield, and did nothing.
That was whack.
Well, you got
That was
Jalen Rager he can't hold on to the ball. So if you put him in the
Facts.
backfield, he muffs pumps and he fumbled
can't
twice
hold on
this
to
year.
the ball when it's a long pass or a punt. But if you hand him the ball and give him the ball, he secures it. He's a playmaker.
Like they did to
He
him in
fumbled twice
the
this year, catching passes.
yeah, no, but what Fresh is saying, what he did in the
Yeah.
Lions game, he was in the backfield of the Lions game and he made like 2 first downs, and I was like, all right, that makes sense. But
And the Oakland game. And the Oakland game. Game, he came out 2 end rounds. No, 1 end around, 1 screen, and then we just ain't seen him again. It's like Nick Sirianni needs to learn. And once again, we're dealing with first-year head coaches. And I understand it. I'm trying to have some patience. Sabr means patience, if y'all don't know. So I'm trying to have some patience with this team and this coach. But to me, if I can see it, why in the hell can't you? You getting paid for this.
Right.
If I feel as though I could do a better job than you, you need to go. You hear me?
Yeah, it is crazy because
that happened this year, it can't happen again next year. Go ahead, Pablo.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because and I think Howie Roseman got to take some onus for this, because it's crazy how when I look at this roster, just like, why is Quez Watkins outperforming? He's a 6th, 7th round guy. Why is he outperforming the 1st round guy? Why is Jordan Mailata
locker room, man? My bad, y'all.
What
Nick
happened?
Bosa going to the locker room, man.
Nick Bosa?
No, he got hit real bad. His back folded. Like he ran into somebody. His jaw looked like it cracked. Like the way how he
That's
fell.
a bad John. I need Dallas to lose, man. I need them.
Yeah.
I cannot go to work tomorrow,
16-7, yeah.
and we lose, and then you know how many Dallas fans at my job, bro?
I believe it. Yeah,
I might have to bring the strap to work tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bring up that Cordell Patterson comment.
What did he say?
Yeah. Just like him.
Cordell Patterson needs to talk to Jalen Reagor. So here's my argument to that, right? Jalen Rager's 5'11", like 197, not even 200 pounds yet. Cordell Patterson return. Would you rather have Jalen Reagor or Cordell Patterson return a kickoffs for you? Cordell Patterson.
Cordell.
Yeah, Cordell.
The other thing that Cordell Patterson.
We're not talking about returning kickoffs. We're talking about being in the backfield and making being able to make explosive plays. I think Reagor can do that.
Right, but Cordell Patterson doesn't fumble as much as Jalen Reagor. He's fumbled 4 times in his career. I think. Let's look at Cordell Patterson fumbling. He's fumbled twice in his career, and he's played a lot longer. The other thing is he's way more physical than Jalen Reagor is going to be in the backfield as well. The dude is on the depth chart for the Falcons as I think a strong safety, like a 3rd stringer. So that tells you everything you need to know right there.
Wow,
man. To me, I think you just make the switch and put Gainwell. I mean, not the year's over, so I would have did this earlier. I would have put Gainwell on the slot and Reagor as a damn running back.
Yeah.
I would have. To me, because you can switch them back and forth. You know what I mean? And that right there messes up with the head of a defense. See, a lot of it is not just physical play; it's mind games. You know what I mean? Like you mess with the defensive mind, and they don't know what the hell is going on. So you mean to tell me if you would have, even if you didn't do it all year, if you would have came out there and had Kenneth Gainwell in the slot and Rhaegar at the running back, the defense wouldn't have been like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, so just a little bit off topic, but this is exactly, man, what was going to piss me off was these articles and these beat writers. Here you have, I'm not even going to say the name who posted this article, but here are the Jalen Hurts raises new quarterback questions for the Eagles. Like, the disrespect, bro. Like, this man, Carson Wentz.
And it's crazy. That's the first thing that they said in the post game. They said the Eagles got quarterback questions. Why? He's the youngest quarterback in the playoffs.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
Do Oakland have? They didn't say that when Oakland just got the.
But let me tell you, hey, Fresh, I gotta be real with him. They didn't say that with Trevor Lawrence. Why? Because he's white. They said that because he's a black quarterback and he runs the football. My thing is, why not have the coaches take onus? Jalen Hurts can't call the play and execute the play. All he does is execute the play. Does he have to get better? Of course. Yes. But here's a guy, second year, you gave him this old roster, Fletcher Cox getting long in the tooth, Darius Slay getting long in the tooth, and you're going to put it on him? Like, and I'm glad East Coast, you know, when you were talking about you're a Jaguars fan, that's why I said I'm okay with going out like this. I'm okay because I'd rather go out losing against the greatest quarterback of all time, right? As opposed to how Carson Wentz went out. All you got to do, Carson, you win and you're in. You beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, who, by the way, if I'm fact-checking me on this, Dante, you guys have the number 1 overall pick. So that means you guys the worst team in the NFL. You can't even beat the worst team in NFL to get to the playoffs.
But here's what I'm gonna say, and it's not in defense of Carson Wentz, but you know that they and Dante, you should, I'm pretty sure you know this. They haven't beat them at home for the last 7 games. The last 7 games, the Colts have not beat the Jaguars at home.
We're on a streak of beating them.
Oh, I didn't know
historically
that. I didn't know
bad
that. But that goes to that. What that does is, and I'm glad you said that, it exposes Carson Wentz's weak mental, bruh. You got to put your team on your back. I don't care if it was just the Giants or whoever we had to play the Jets to get in the playoffs. Jalen Hurts, what cannot be denied, he put the team on his back. It was until the coaches decide, hey, yeah, we lead the National Football League with 2,700 rushing yards, and by the second quarter against the Bucs, we're going to stop running and ask Jalen Hurts to throw 45 times. That's not our identity. We flipped the switch. That's not who we are.
So check it out. Trivia time for your boy Richie right here. He said that Cordell Patterson didn't live up to his first round pick, right? Guess who has 8 touchdowns on kick returns in their career? Cordell Patterson. Dante Hall had 6, and Devin Hester had 5.
Well, East Coast, I'll give you this. I'll take Cordell Patterson, right? Let me tell you why. Because what's my guy? Who did the Eagles draft?
It's crazy because him and Rhaegar, they was picked at the same time, at the same spot.
My guy,
what was it? 17 or something?
Yeah, somewhere around there, yeah. No, I think like 23 or 24, something like that. I think that was the spot that he was taking.
Yeah. Like I think it was 23.
Yeah, but who was my guy that the Eagles took? Marcus Smith out of Louisville, right?
Oh my. Hey, listen, don't say that name ever again while I'm on this live. You hear me? Ever.
That young man, listen. That young man.
Worse. I don't know what pick was worse, him or the fireman dude.
The firefighter? I'm going to go to firefighter just because he was like 28 years old. I'm going to go with him as a rookie. But honestly, that's why when I look at picks like that, that's why I kind of have a little bit of a leash with Jalen Reagor because he does have a punt return for a touchdown. He has the skills in his body. When I look at the Eagles getting a Marcus Smith who only registered 1 tackle for you the entire season, Jalen Reagor, you got to hold on to. So, listen,
he's just not good, bro.
He's
not good. I mean,
so inconsistent.
I'm hoping he can improve, but it's just like him being your second option, because Quez Watkins should be your second, but Rhaegar is your second option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not good, and it makes. And I had this argument well, not argument, but debate with people at my job. It makes a guy like Devontae Smith look worse because, Jamar Chase, why? Well, y'all could have got Jamar Chase. Why would y'all move back and yada yada yada? But here's the thing with Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase coming to a situation to where as though he got 2 other wide receivers and a good tight end.
Can I add to what you're saying? Can I add on really quick? I'm gonna be quite honest. Let's just be real. The reason why Jamar Chase is having all this success is because he played with them in college, bro. There's no adjustment. I mean, good damn, he played with Joe Burrow.
But Jalen and Devontae did play too, though. So
for a year.
They did. Listen, I get what you're saying, but I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. If you want to make that argument,
that's 4 years compared to 1 year, 4 years.
That's true. That's true to a certain extent, but when Jalen went to Oklahoma, you're playing with a different scheme of how wide receivers do their thing. Like CD, name all the Alabama wide receivers right now. Would you choose any of them over CD Lamb's? And I'm talking about just talent level. I'm choosing CD Lamb number 1 out of all the receivers that have came out in the last 4 years from Alabama. I mean, Amari Cooper's
what's the other one that's with the because I wanted him too from who plays on the Baltimore Ravens.
You're talking about
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
He went to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We're
With
saying
CD Lamb. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's.
I don't know.
Honestly, if I'm being honest, I would take Henry Ruggs if they're not for the murder.
I like Jalen Waddle a lot, man.
Waddle's good, man.
I like him.
Yeah. That's true. Waddle is really good.
CD Lamb, but I like Waddle. Yo,
but Waddle. The thing with Waddle, it's like this. It's like comparing apples to oranges, right? Because Waddle had like over 100 catches. He's durable. He's to me, in a great scheme, he's a perfect slot guy, like a Wes Welker type of guy.
Right.
But you got CD Lamb, who's like OBJ as far as talent level is. How many amazing catches has CD Lamb made since he's been in the NFL? I mean, he's got crazy.
I mean, you're definitely right about that. But once again, he also came into a situation to where as though he was the 3rd wide receiver coming in.
Yeah, so Jalen Waddle is the number 1.
That helps so much when everybody's looking at Amari Cooper, everybody's looking at a Gallup, and then you're getting one-on-one coverage with their worst cornerback. Devontae Smith is getting the best quarterback every single game. Every game. Jamar Chase probably is now, but in the beginning of the season, he was not. T. Higgins was. And that's my only argument to that. Because people try to tell me, we should have took Jamar. I like Jamar Chase. I'm not taking up from him. But do you see the toe drags? Do you see the immaculate catches that Devontae Smith is making?
The Eagles was never going to get Jamar Chase.
Chase's catches are wide the hell open.
Yeah, I think I would think about it like this too.
And he's doing it. Ain't taking nothing from him. But Devontae Smith had to fight for every single yard that he's getting. Because everybody is looking at him. Everybody is covering him. That catch that he made on Patrick Surtain, Jamar Chase don't got no catch better than that this year.
That's a fact.
And that's a touchdown.
Patrick Surtain is a dog too. I would think about it like this too. What all those receivers do have in common that the Eagles don't have, we're talking about Jalen Reagor and Devontae Smith. Well, more so in Devontae Smith's arsenal. They all have a veteran presence at wide receiver. Go to the Bengals. Tyler Boyd's there, and Tyler Boyd is not no pushover wide receiver who had AJ Brown.
He was fired. He was fired out of Notre Dame from day one.
Exactly. Then you go to the Cowboys. What did they have? Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, veteran presences. Then you go to the Dolphins. One of the most, I would say,
Devontae Parker.
One of the most underrated wide receivers out there is Devontae Parker.
You
go to Philly. Who did they got? Pick up Alex. This is what they can do. Free agent, unrestricted free agent after the season.
That's all I'm
person
saying.
to come there.
Chris
Allen Robinson.
What I said. You just said what I said in 30 seconds. The last 2 minutes, what I was saying. That's all I'm saying.
Dante.
When you look at Devontae Smith, he came right in and was the number 1 wide receiver. And everybody in the world knew that. You got Dallas Goedert and you got Devontae Smith. Everybody else is just pieces. Raygard, don't care about him. Quez Watkins, can burn you down deep, but he's okay. J.J. Whiteside, kick him off the team. Greg Ward, a possession guy, but won't get you no yak at all. He's like Zach Ertz at the wide receiver position. So when you look at the situation of DeVonta Smith coming in, it's like, damn, he has to do everything. This is why he broke Deshaun Jackson's record and almost had 1,000 yards. This is why he got the most targets at the wide receiver position for the Philadelphia Eagles since 20 years ago.
But see,
go ahead.
I was going. My bad, Dante. You could go ahead. I'll ask the question after.
I compare DeVonta Smith's situation very similarly to Cincinnati and NCAA. Cincinnati had all the pressure on their shoulders being in the top four for the college football playoff, right? Nobody expected them to be there 3 years ago. DeVonta Smith comes in, Heisman Trophy winner, this amazing receiver that lost Jalen Waddle early in the season, then came in and tried to, they wanted to make this like a pot of gold when he came in over to Philly, like he was going to be like Jamar Chase. And it's like, it's not like that. He plays a totally different style of wide receiver than they do. He needs a veteran presence there, man. And I think if you're looking at free agency, I understand what we've been saying about Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley would be, I told you guys, like a Band-Aid kind of guy that can save you out of a lot of situations and win you games. Allen Robinson would be the best person for that wide receiving core by far.
I said that too. Yep.
Unrestricted free agent, pick him up, he'll get them right. And I mean, you have to focus on Allen Robinson. I mean, how many passes did he drop in like the last 5 years? Like 3 or something like that. He's not going to drop a pass. That's who I would go after.
And he'll route you up, man. Yeah, it's just it sucks to end it this way. But I'm proud of the Eagles. I'm proud of the perseverance. It's Tampa Bay. It's kind of crazy. I like I said, man. Jalen Hurts took his team to the playoffs, and Carson Wentz didn't. We got 3 first-round picks. Dante, just because I know you like big on the draft, I want to hear what you think about my first 4 picks for the Eagles. So at 15, and this is just if these guys are sitting there. At 15, I'll take Nakobe Dean. At 16, I'm a double dip and go back to Devin Lloyd. At 19, I'm gonna go Jordan Davis. And with our second-round pick, I'm gonna go John Mitchell. What would you grade that at?
Wait! You taking all 3 first-round picks? You're not doing. Come on, you know how. Come on now, you know how.
No. I know. That's like my baby.
Oh, that's your dream draft.
Yeah. Like that's like my mock one, and it could change.
My bad. No, you good. My bad, bro.
Nah, it could definitely.
We know how we going to definitely switch up down.
Yeah, Howie Roseman.
Listen. He gonna do. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's going like Pittsburgh. I'm honestly, you could take this to the bank. The Eagles are going to trade one of those picks because Pittsburgh needs a quarterback, and there's going to be a quarterback sitting there at 15, 16, or 19.
But it's crazy. When I first came in, and you were saying that, but I was already trying to get in and all that stuff. They're not good this year, the quarterbacks. They're really not. And that's one of the reasons why I told Philly fans fall back talking about drafting the quarterback. They're not the quarterbacks coming out this year are really not good.
But can you? Yeah. This is the question.
I think there's a diamond in the rough, and if you've seen the way he played, I mentioned this earlier, Pablo, in the chat.
Go ahead.
Freaking Matt Corral, and I evaluate quarterback tape a lot. I said to Trevor, I'll be the first one to tell you Trevor Lawrence is not the answer for the Jaguars. Overhyped. He is nowhere near the talent level that Andrew Luck was, and he was being compared to him. There's absolutely no way that Trevor Lawrence is going to be good for the rest of his career. Matt Corral from Ole Miss, if that injury didn't affect his ankle,
number one
the way that a lot of people think it is, he can make every single throw, and he can be better than Jalen Hurts. He's just as fast, just as mobile, and just as big as Jalen Hurts is.
But you know what, Dante? You know who he reminds me of that's scary? He reminds me of a Zach Wilson, bro. He does. Like I feel like he has a little bit of Johnny Manziel-ish to him. Just a little bit, no?
That's a good comparison. But I think Matt Corral in the pocket with Ole Miss, if he's got time to sit there in the pocket, he's gonna throw it. Johnny Manziel was just doing so, and then having Mike Evans too. He had Mike Evans. Name a receiver at Ole Miss that they got.
Johnny
that was a Mike
Manziel
Evans
did have Mike Evans.
Yeah, he had Mike Evans. Let's be real about it. But Ole Miss,
He had
that
somebody else
offense,
too. Damn, who was his other wide receiver?
I know who you're talking about.
Damn,
But
he had
Richie in
somebody
the
else.
comments.
He never turned out to be nothing in the league, though. I know who you're talking about, but he
Yeah, I can't remember. You're right about that.
Damn, and he was good too. He was good too. But yeah, he definitely had Mike Evans.
Richie in the comments said Allen Robinson has been on losing teams his whole career. That is false. He went to the AFC Championship with the Jaguars, and the year before they were in the playoffs as well with Blake Bortles. So he could do it with a bad quarterback.
Wait. The Jaguars went to the AFC Championship?
It was that 1 year with Jalen.
That's
that was like Jalen Ramsey's first or second year.
And they played them at home. Jacksonville played the Patriots at home and lost. And
that must have been when I was locked up. Yeah, man, I must have
they had the game. No, they had that game won into the fourth quarter.
What year was that though?
2000.
That was a minute ago.
I do remember that. Damn, it's crazy how you're irrelevant one time. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I do remember that now. Because
I know
2
this
years
is
later,
a Philly
that's when he went
podcast.
to leave, right? He left 2 years later, right?
Yeah, he left the next year. They picked him up, and I'm like,
it was remember
him.
that.
It was him and Allen Hurns.
That's when y'all had Leonard Fournette.
Yep.
Yeah.
Allen Hurns was nice. Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
Mercedes Lewis.
At tight end, Mercedes. Woo!
And the defense was stacked. We had Yannick Ngakoue, Jalen Hurts, AJ Boye,
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey.
What's his name? Josh Allen, who's still there. Your boy at linebacker.
Did y'all draft Miles Jack at that time? Yeah,
Miles Jack. And then we had Ronnie Harrison, who got traded to the Browns. That defense, and they got rid of him all the next year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Here today, going tomorrow. That's crazy, man.
I don't know what we did. I was like, why would we get rid of all of them? I understand maybe Jalen Ramsey for 2 first-round picks. That's okay. I kind of get it.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
But still, I was like, that ain't even worth it.
I love that he's a minority owner, the only minority owner in the NFL. But he got to do better.
Yeah,
he got to do.
The decision comes under him.
I can't remember your owner name. But I know he is a minority.
Khan.
Yeah, he's like Arab or something like Arab.
Yeah. But yeah, he trusts his front office way too much to make the decisions. Because there's no way if somebody
Well, that's what we need in Philadelphia. Jeff Lurie needs to I don't know if he need to trust Howie now.
We're way too transparent in Jacksonville, dude. There's a medium that you need to cross. There's no way that a coach or GM could come to me and be like, all right, sir, so next year we're looking at the salary cap, right? And the salary cap was fine, by the way. We were totally okay. All right, we're going to get rid of Yannick Ngakoue, Calais Campbell, AJ Boye, and then we're going to trade Jalen Ramsey for 2 first-round picks. How you feel about that? I'm like, yo, get out of my office right now, bro. You just went to the AFC Championship. Are you serious right now?
Right.
But they just
and traded Leonard Fournette.
Yep, and traded Leonard Fournette.
Like
a 6 or 7 round pick or something.
While we on the Jaguars real fast, let me ask you this. What the hell happened with Urban Meyer?
Hell of a question.
You acting like I'm in practice with him every day.
No,
that's your squad though, bro.
You report on them. If somebody asked me something like that, I would try to get my best answer.
Yeah, I mean, the way we do our podcast, Pablo knows we talk about every team. We're not really biased. We do talk about the Jaguars since that's in my wheelhouse from time to time. Urban Meyer messed up by bringing Tim Tebow in and not utilizing him the right way. It's like, all right, we're gonna bring you in, and then we're gonna cut you after a couple of preseason games when they could have just brought him in to like be a coach or something. I don't. And that's what I'm saying.
I didn't even know they brought Tim Tebow in. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
did they score again?
No.
Yeah, so we got Tim Tebow in.
I say, oh God.
And then the rest of the stuff that happened was just like, I like to tell the guy on my podcast, like, man, you got to think about it like this. This dude is coaching college kids, could do whatever he wanted, yell at them, do whatever he wanted to get them hyped up. That stuff works when you're 18, 19, 20 in college.
Right. These are grown men paying bills.
Exactly. You were managing 53 small businesses. And when you tell somebody small business that they're going to suck or that they're not going to do well, people are going to take that personally. Right. You can't just come after a game and be like, all right, man, you suck that game, and here's why we're gonna go with this other dude. It's like, nah, you ain't even gonna give me a chance to fight for a position, or at least to give my opinion on what we should be doing right. That's why Bruce Arians and them are so successful in Tampa Bay, because they all listen to each other.
And I asked you that because I thought that the Urban Meyer, the college situation, and I'm glad that you said that. The college situation gave me the Chip Kelly vibes, like how you
perfect. Yep.
Yeah, how you just walk around an organization like you hot-ish.
Yeah,
and
that's a perfect
bow
take,
down
man.
to you. First of all, some of these dudes are getting paid more than you, number one. Number two, these dudes been in the league longer than you. You need to respect the veterans. You know what I mean? And I thought that he didn't do that. And this is why it's hard for some head coaches from college to come over to the NFL, because they don't, especially if you've been there a long time. I don't even think Nick Saban, and we all know he probably the GOAT over there. I don't even think he can come over here and have a winning culture.
It's different. Name all the college coaches that come over that are good in the NFL. Name one that should have been fired this offseason. Matt Rule. His first mess up with the Panthers was drafting all defensive players and not drafting Isaiah Simmons with picking up Derek Brown. There's no freaking way that should have happened. What is Isaiah Simmons right now doing? Playing for the Cardinals.
He's balling
about
out.
to play. Yep, could play any position. How many positions did he play at Clemson? Could have been the perfect fill-in guy for somebody that, what's his name? They used to play out there, Luke Kuechly. Could have been
Dante. I hear what you're saying, but when you talk about what's my guy named Jeremy Chin, they got a defense.
Yeah, they got
a defense, man. They got it. They no slouch.
They got defense. They just can't find a quarterback. That's
what's the dude that switched positions like 1,000 times? He used to play for Michigan and he plays for the Giants.
Used to play safety for Jabril Peppers. No. Yeah.
Jabril Peppers.
Yeah.
Isaiah Simmons is a better version of Jabril Peppers.
You know what? I'm sorry to skip. When you was talking about the Giants earlier, about them taking, I'm gonna tell you something. The Giants got Jabril Peppers. I am so afraid, and Dante, this is draft talk. I am so afraid of the Giants getting Kyle Hamilton. Jabril Peppers, and Adoree Jackson. Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
Kyle Hamilton.
As long as they got Daniel Jones, I am not scared of the Giants.
That's a good
because y'all can go ahead. Y'all can go ahead and keep trying to build that defense and do all that and not fix that offensive line. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's
to Daniel's credit,
that's where they need to focus at, is that offensive line.
That's true.
Horrible. It's probably one of the worst in the NFL.
That's a fact.
To Daniel's credit, let's appreciate something real quick. Saquon Barkley has been mostly overrated in his career.
Yeah, because the offensive line
with the offensive line, but I'm saying that's mostly been overrated. But they called this dude the next coming to Barry Sanders. What did Barry Sanders do every game? Get over 100 yards.
That was only because he was nice his first year, though. His first year, he was incredible, but he led up to it in the second and third.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm a Penn State fan. Saquon was my guy until he went to the Ops, but them injuries.
Yeah.
The injuries is like when you're a running back and you have those many injuries, it's hard to come back from. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell went from, in 2 years, the top running back in the league to not even playing against us in a blowout.
A rapper journey.
You understand that Le'Veon Bell was on the sideline when they was up 31-0. That's freaking
and then also,
bro, think about it.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying he's overrated, not based off of talent, but based off of the injuries and everything he's had to go through. It doesn't help the quarterback. But then
Le'Veon Bell was the top running back 2 years ago, and now he's a rapper. Good night.
Oh yeah, he's trash too.
Here today, tomorrow. Running back in the league is the most disposable position in the NFL. Period. It's not even close. When you are
be honest,
back,
I will say,
look at Zeke. Look at Zeke.
Oh, I said that a long time ago. I said if that offensive line was not there, Zeke would suck.
Facts. And
we've
I
seen
think
it.
I think Dakota Prescott would too.
Oh yeah,
But-
we proving it right now. Sure.
What's
He
the score?
proving
So
it right
16
now.
to 7. Let's
sir.
go. I need my money. I'm a break even. I just
So
so
look-
need this loss. Yeah.
Real quick, fellas, it's been 2 hours and 9 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I appreciate you, Fresh, just for hopping on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Because
it.
listen,
man.
you know how long I've been wanting.
Hey,
I've been wanting
when
to
I
get
see
with you.
that energy, I gotta get that energy back. You hear me? Y'all
Yes,
had some
sir.
good energy in this drum, man.
Yes,
Same with
sir.
you, Dante. But before we roll out, Fresh, what you gonna be doing from? I guess from now until the week is upon us, because now that it's the season is over, are you getting into drafting as of like this week, or are you waiting to see what's going on? You waiting to the Super Bowl, or what's going on?
I mean, after I run through a box of tissues from crying after this game, I'm a
Hopefully the Cowboys lose, then we can. Yeah, I mean, I'll feel more.
yeah.
man.
Then I can throw the box of tissues in the closet. Yeah. But no lie, bro. I'm on it. I'm on some draft things. I still want to look at this game and dissect the game and see what I see what I see. I got some new merch that just came out, different colors, different flavors, colors like now latest. You know what I mean? So I'm working on that. I'm just trying to build a page, man. I definitely want to link up with every last one of y'all, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I definitely feel this energy, and maybe we can do something going forward.
Oh yes, sir.
Of course,
yes, sir.
definitely. You got any last words, Dante?
Even you, Jag fan.
Yeah, man.
Because I think we play y'all next year, right?
You probably do. I haven't looked at the schedule yet.
Yeah. I think we.
No,
I
we
think
do.
I
We
think
do.
we play your whole division. I know we play the Colts.
Yeah.
So
that's
play the
gonna be
Colts.
good.
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta
if you
play
got our
y'all,
division,
right?
then you're gonna play everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we definitely got some things to talk.
Oh, y'all gonna
about.
smash us because I don't have any confidence that we're gonna do anything this year in the off season.
Dante, let me ask you this question: Who are you taking? Who are the Jaguars taking with the number 1 overall pick? Or y'all trading out?
Good
If
question.
it was me as the owner, I'll tell you right now. People think I'm a Trevor Lawrence hater, but I don't think that dude's developing any further. Go look at the tape of him at Clemson. His receivers, the offensive line was incredible. Nobody gave them credit either. But when you're pushing people 10 yards down the field,
Hey,
just
yo,
blocking
it's
them,
snowing like a mug outside. What
Yeah.
it is.
Any y'all from Philly?
Yeah.
Y'all Philly?
Nah,
I'm in
but
Delaware.
I'm in Maryland and it's snowing like crazy over here.
Yo, I did not know. My bad, y'all. Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, Fresh, what part of Philly you in?
I'm West Philly, the best Philly. You hear me?
Oh no, I'm over here, City Line Avenue. I'm right around the corner from you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Hey
look
man, we gotta link. We gotta link up to the links up. You hear me?
definitely. So look, like I said, listen, this was a breath of fresh air. I appreciate you hopping on real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa, pause, Moochie. I told you about that. Stop that.
You ain't let me finish. Hold up.
Nah, Doc, you gotta chill out, bro.
I know. You ain't let me finish because I was about to say pause too. I was about to say pause.
Okay, my bad.
That's why. And then I had to catch myself.
You know you my brother. I gotta protect you, bro. I gotta make sure you straight.
Thanks.
I appreciate that. No, but look, yeah. You let us out then, because I mean, you got me.
Man, this has been an episode of the Birds and Bros podcast, man. Again, we want to thank Dante and Philly Fresh, man, for joining us. Thank you guys so much, man. Listen, It didn't end the way we thought it was going to end, but I'm sure I can speak for all of these brothers and say that we're extremely proud of the Philadelphia Eagles, the 2021 roster. We're going to heal up soon emotionally, like Philly Fresh said. It's going to hurt for a little bit, but I think there's still light at the end of the tunnel. So until next time, you guys be easy, stay safe, and do your thing.
Philly, stay fresh also. Yo, that.